This is Tuhutai. How many of you have been in a situation where you hear neighbors or ones causing a scene that spills out into the community, where the community has to get involved? How many of you has been to places where kids should be able to grow up in, but there's no room, no play area for the kids? How many of you wants these to change so the children can be safe and the disputes, even though if they're small or big, can just stop at a reasonable level? But the community don't have to jump in and separate. I know I do, because I've heard too many of these incidents happening. I've heard of too many times where the pigs are called just because there's an argument that seems to be out of control, or a child is in danger because of the parents arguing. How many of you really want a family, but without fear of someone butting in and telling you what to do? I wish I could have that myself. But then again, I've heard so many stories about families waking up because of an argument, not being able to stay together for themselves and their child. I've seen and heard of many times where a child has to play in the streets because there's no yard or playground close by that they can play in, where the child gets hit because the parents was not paying attention to the child, or they had no place to play. There needs to be more parks, more community centers that has room for the kids, and it shouldn't be just from toddlers up. It should be from infants up, where the infants has a chance to communicate with others like themselves and to learn from each other like we adults should learn. How many of you has had an argument with, let's say, a loved one, brother, sister, even boyfriend or girlfriend, that you guys couldn't resolve right then and there? You guys held a grudge for years, when it could have been fixed for just going out and having a little me time, is what it's called, where you have time to yourself to think it over, then come back together with that one you have an argument with, to talk with them, instead of duking it out or causing harm or just forgetting about them. If there's a child involved, you should at least try and work it out. Whether having the self-time, me time, and then coming back together, or go, hey, I need a few days. And just taking those days and calming down before you talk to each other. A lot can be solved that way. But if you're not given that opportunity, because the other side's, no, I've had enough, goodbye, then how are you going to fix whatever problem it is? Brothers and sisters, I've heard that there's trouble out there in these aspects. And I do feel you on this. How about we all get together and work together to fix these problems without violence or getting too much of the community involved? I appreciate all that has watched my videos, and I thank you for it. And I give a shout out to all those who came before me, has put out videos and given courage to those that needs the courage and the upliftment. This is Tuhutai. Love you.